Hi everyone, how are you all doing? I hope that you're doing fine and I hope that you're good. Today we'll be having sentences, fragments, and run on. First up, I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, so first, what you need to do is log in using the aplusstudent.com. You need to just input your email and your password. Then you scroll here to click on your name. Wherever your name is, you click on it and then language arts. And then we move on to grade 4. So from grade 4, we'll be having sentences, fragments, and run-ons. Okay, so we have lessons from this, and we will complete the 3 lessons today. Okay. Okay, so the first lesson says that is it a complete sentence or a fragment? Okay, so is it a complete sentence or a fragment? First, now we need to know the definition of the complete sentence and also the definition of the fragment. Okay, so a sentence is a group of words that forms a complete thought. It has both a subject and a verb. Okay, so a complete sentence is a group of words that forms a complete thought. It has both a subject and a verb. Okay, so now we have an example here. My friends work along the path. So my friends here now is the subject and work is the verb. So you see that this sentence is complete. Okay, so that's how we're able to differentiate the sentence from the sentence fragments. So now note that the complete sentence always forms a complete thought. It's not missing anything, it is complete and it is correct. All right. So moving on now, we have the sentence fragment. So what's a sentence fragment? A sentence fragment is a group of words that does not express a complete thought. It is usually missing a verb or it's usually missing a subject or a verb. Okay? So that's the difference now between the sentence fragment and the sentence, a complete sentence. Okay, so like I said, a complete sentence forms a complete thought. It is, it has both a subject and a verb. Okay, but the sentence fragment is a group of words that does not form a complete thought. It doesn't form a complete thought. It is usually missing a subject or a verb. Okay, so that's it. That is it for the complete sentence and the sentence fragments. Remember again that the sentence fragment is a group of words that does not express a complete thought. It is always missing a subject or verb. Okay, so yeah, that's it. um let's look at some example for the sentence fragments. Okay, now, knows the answer is an example of a fragment. So when we say knows the answer, this sentence is missing a subject because it just tells knows the answer, and we have no idea who knows the answer. Okay? So when you say okay, who knows the answer, we have no idea who knows it, right? That's it. It is just always missing what? Something. So now this particular sentence is a sentence fragment. It is missing a subject. Who knows the answer? She knows the answer. Okay. So now when you say knows the answer, we do not know who knows the answer, right? Because something is missing from that sentence. So it's supposed to be she knows the answer. So when you have when you have a subject in that sentence, is going to be she knows the answer. But this one doesn't have a subject, so it's just a sentence fragment because it is missing something. All right. So next one is The bright red car. Okay, so now this is also a sentence fragment because you just said the bright red car. So what happened to the bright red car? Don't know. So it's a sentence fragment. It is missing a verb. So what did the bright red car do? We have no idea. But you could as well say the bright red car stopped. Okay, the bright red car stopped. The bright red car is moving. Yes, exactly. So you can actually say that. But when you just say the bright red car, we do not know what it's all about. Okay, we just know that something is missing. So that's it. All right, so we will go through some examples. Now it says which is a complete sentence, knows the alphabet and some numbers. So let's see. The men exchange emails is a complete sentence, okay? The man is the subject and exchange is the verb. Okay, so which is a sentence fragment? The pioneers in the wagons. Okay, so if you say the pioneers in the wagons, what happens to the pioneers? We have no idea what happened to them, so it's what a sentence fragment. Okay, now, which is a sentence fragment? Carl's favorite doll has red hair. No, this is a complete subject. So we'll just scroll down. Drives a long, yeah. So it says drives a long distance. So who is driving the long distance? We have no idea who is driving long distance, right? It just tells you drives the long distance. So since you cannot figure out the person driving the long distance, then it's what? It's a sentence fragment. Okay, so that's it. All right, so we will move on and see some more examples before we go to the test. Now, communicate with everybody. If you say communicates well with everybody, who is communicating well with everybody? So you see, that is a sentence fragment. And then we have palm trees grow in tropical climates. This is a complete sentence because it has the subject and it has the verb. So palm trees grow in tropical climates is a complete sentence. Drives a long distance, yeah, it's a what is sentence fragments. All right, so we say looks up two words in the dictionary is a sentence fragment because who is looking up the two words in the dictionary? That tells us a story about giants and also, okay, this one is what a complete sentence. Okay, so that's basically it for sentence fragments and sentences. Note that the sentences they form a complete thought that have a subject and a verb, but the sentence fragments do not have a subject or a verb. It's usually missing them, but it doesn't even form a complete thought. Okay? So, yeah, that's it. So, we'll move into the test now. So, it says that which is a sentence fragment here? Which is a sentence fragment? So, I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. So, which is a sentence fragment? Pollution sometimes make the sky gray. Communicates well with everyone. Now, this one is a complete sentence, but this one communicates well with everyone is missing a subject. So it is what it's the sentence fragment because we do not know who communicates well with everyone. Okay, so it just says communicates well with everyone. So that means it's missing something. Okay. Now, we complete sentence. The back of her hair, the men exchange emails. So, if you say the back of her neck, right? The back of her neck, what happened to the back of her neck? Well, we have no idea about that. So, it's going to be the back of, it's going to be the men exchange emails. Okay? So, the men exchange emails is what? is the complete sentence? All right, so we have which is a complete sentence. Those beads are pretty. Is an independent country. So which is a complete sentence? Is an independent country. When you say is an independent country, this is a what? A sentence fragment. Because we do not know what you mean by independent country. Which one is an independent country? It just says is an independent country. No, there's something wrong with that sentence. Okay? So when you say those beads are pretty, then it's a complete sentence. Okay? So yeah. All right, so we have which is a sentence fragment. Speaks several languages well. The furnace heats the apartment. So now when you say speak several languages well, that's a sentence fragment because we do not know who speaks the languages well. It just says speaks several languages well. So yeah, that's a sentence fragment because of course, who speaks the language well? We have no idea. Okay? So it's going to be speak several languages well. That is a sentence fragment. All right, so we have which is a complete sentence. Which is a complete sentence. Now, drives a long distance. My pen pal wrote me back. Which is a complete sentence. Drives a long distance. That is a sentence fragment because, of course, who is driving the long distance? We do not know that. But when you say, my pen pal wrote me back, okay, so it has a subject and it has a verb. So the subject is going to be my pen pal, and then wrote is the verb. Okay, so that's literally it. Now, which is a sentence fragment? The temperature last night. Carmen speaks four languages. The temperature last night is the what is the sentence fragment because what happened to the temperature last night, we of course have no idea, right? But then when it says Carmen speaks four languages, okay, that's good. Carmen speaks four languages, that's a complete sentence. But the temperature last night, we do not know what happened to it. So yeah. So let's say this one. Okay, so which is a complete sentence? We found India on a map, our supply of resources. Okay, we found India on the map. Okay, that's a complete sentence. But if you say our supply of resources, what happens to that supply of resources? So that's it. Something is missing in that sentence. Yeah, so it's going to be we found India on a map. So we have which is a complete sentence. The ocean current is strong. Like lives in an earthquake zone. Lives in an earthquake zone. So if you say lives in an earthquake zone, we don't know who lives in the earthquake zone, right? It's missing a subject. So it could be like Michael lives in an earthquake zone or he lives in an earthquake zone, but it's missing something, so we do not know. Okay? So yeah. But if you say the ocean current is strong, then it's a complete sentence. Now, sentence fragment. Sadia's favorite doll has red hair. The inventor of the electric car. it's gonna be the inventor of the electric car, because of course what happened to the inventor? It's just saying the inventor. Okay, yeah, what happened? No idea. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be the inventor of the electric car. All right, so we'll answer this last question together, and that's it. So, which is a sentence fragment? The pioneers in the wagon. Palm trees grow in tropical climates. So palm trees grow in tropical climates is what? Is a complete sentence. But then the pioneers in the wagon is a sentence fragment because we do not know what happened to them. Okay? We have no idea. All right, so that's it now. We click on this one. So yeah, that's everything for complete sentence or fragments. I hope that you understand what it is and what we just finished doing right now. I hope that you understand the lesson. So we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so we'll move on to the next lesson, which is complete sentence or run on. Okay, so complete sentence or run on. Okay, it's the same definition that we have for the sentence. Okay, it's the same definition we have for the sentence, right? So it forms a complete thought. That's the complete sentence forms a complete thought. It has both a subject and a verb. Okay, so yeah, that's it. My friends walk along the path. A complete sentence. Now, a run-on is made up of two sentences that are joined without end punctuation or with just a comma. Okay, so the run-on is what? Two sentences that are joined together. That's what you need to take note of. They are joined together without an end punctuation or with just a comma. That's the problem. Okay, it's joined together with what? Just a comma, or they have no end punctuation. So it's just like this: I knocked on the door, it opened. You see that that is two sentences together. They're joined together and they do not have what? They do not have an end punctuation or a comma attached to them. Okay, so yeah, that's it. The run-on always has the two sentences together. Okay, so it started raining, we ran inside. So instead of raining, we ran inside. That is what it has a comma, but a comma usually goes well with what? Coordinating conjunction. But this has no coordinating conjunction, so it makes it a comma splice. So yeah, since it's joined with just a comma, then yeah, there's actually a problem. So this is what a run-on sentence. So to fix a run-on sentence, separate it into two sentences. So now to fix it, you have to separate them into two sentences. Add end punctuation after the first sentence and capitalize the second sentence. So this is another way to fix the run-on. You put a period in between and then you capitalize the second sentence. Okay, just like I knocked on the door, it opened. Now it started raining, we ran inside. It started raining, we ran inside. Okay, so that's one sentence, and we ran inside is another one. And then okay, to fix a run-on by rewriting a compound sentence. So when you want that comes to the comma, you can fix it by rewriting a compound sentence. And a compound sentence is two sentences joined by a comma and a conjunction, such as and, but, or, so. Okay, so you can fix the sentence by adding a coordinating conjunction and a comma to make it a compound sentence, just like this. I knocked on the door and it opened. It started raining, so we ran inside. So you have two ways to fix the run-on sentence. It could be with the period here or with the coordinating conjunction to make it a compound sentence. Okay, so that's basically everything. I hope that you guys understand the difference between the run-on and the sentence fragments. So the run-on is two sentences joined together. Okay, so we will check some examples. The horses are in the stable. They need water. So now this is what, a complete sentence? No. The horses are in the stable. They need water. That's another part of the sentence. So of course not. That's not a complete sentence. That is what, a run-on sentence, because the horses are in the stable and they need water. So you need to separate them from the stable. Yes, and then you can put a conjunction or you can just put a period. Okay. The watermelon is sweet, it tastes delicious. Now, this is two sentences also joined together, and this is not a run on sentence. No, sorry, this is not a complete sentence. Rather, it's a run on. Okay, so it's missing something in the sentence. Okay, so yeah, that's it. All right, so yeah, this sentence has two things joined together. So it has like two sentences joined together. You need to separate it. Okay, so you can put the watermelon is sweet and it tastes delicious, or the watermelon is sweet, you put a period and then it tastes delicious on its own. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Which is a run on sentence. Gordon makes a salad, he adds tomatoes and onions. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. Let's go through and see some more examples. Let's see some more examples before we move on to the test. So, my family moved here 2 years ago. This is a complete sentence because it has a subject and it has also a verb. So, yeah, which is a run on sentence. The doctor examined me. I am healthy. Yeah, this is a run on because it has two sentences joined together. These sentences are meant to be separated. Okay? All right. So, the horses are in. Okay, yeah. So that's basically it. Now we'll move on to the test and then we'll try the questions. All right. So we have, which is the complete sentence here. Mom will take a shower. She will get dressed. The distance between those two cities is 76 miles. Okay, you see that. Mom will take a shower. She will get dressed. This is a run-on. It's supposed to be separated. And then the distance between those two cities is 76 miles. So this is a what? A complete sentence. Okay, so which is a complete sentence? Sight is one of the five senses. The spider weaves a web, it traps insect inside. Now this is a what? This is a run-on. It has two sentences inside. This side is one of the five senses is what? A complete sentence. All right, so which is a run-on sentence? Matt is tired. His mom tells him to rest. The woman trims Kara's long black hair. Now, this is a complete sentence. Matt is tired. His mom tells him to rest. This is a run-on. Okay? Which is a run-on sentence here. Air and water pollution are serious worldwide problems. I recognize that actor. I have seen him before. This is a run-on sentence, but this one is a complete sentence, so this is a run-on. Right, which is a run-on sentence. In the tale, the magic word broke spell. Tracy at 12 and 34. The sum is 46. Now, which is gonna be the run-on between this one and this one? So we click on this one. That's a run-on sentence. So, which is a run-on? The tide is slow. We dig for clams. My family moved here 2 years ago. This is a complete sentence. This one is the run-on. Which is a complete sentence. It rained. The animals took shelter under the tree. My pet cat cleans the whiskers after each meal. So now it's going to be my pet cat cleans his whiskers after each meal. This is a complete sentence. So yeah, that's it, everyone. Which is a run on here. The monsoon brings rain. It makes the farmers happy. Representatives from four countries talked about the treaty. So it's gonna be this one. Okay, so everyone, that's basically it for run-on sentence and complete sentence. Now we are going to move on to we're gonna move on to the last lesson. So make sure you try to complete this lesson if you've not done it. Okay, try to complete this lesson if you've not done it. All right. So now we're gonna move on to this one. The last one says, is it a complete sentence, fragment, or a run-on? Okay. All right, so this is basically like a review of everything that we've done. Okay, so we know that a sentence is a group of words that form a complete thought. It has a subject and a verb. But then a sentence fragment is a group of words that does not form a complete thought. It is usually missing something, missing a subject or a verb. That is what a sentence fragment is. And then the last is the run-on. The run-on sentence is word. It is two sentences joined together without an end punctuation that should be word that should be separated. Okay? So yeah, that is what a run-on sentence is. So we have the example here. I knocked on the door, it opened. It's telling we ran inside. So that's a run-on. And then to fix the run-on, you have to separate the two sentences, add an end punctuation after the first sentence, okay, and capitalize the second. And also for run-on, you can as well make it a compound sentence with word, a conjunction which is and, but, or so. Okay, so that's everything. You include a comma to make it a compound sentence. Yeah, so that's it. We have the sentence, we have the sentence fragments, and we have the run-ons. Okay, so yeah, we'll move on and see some examples, and then after that, we go to the test. Okay, so which is a complete sentence that the heart is a symbol of love? Okay, and then which is a sentence fragment? In the antique, we found old letters, we found pictures too. Okay, so that's a sentence fragment or a run-on. Okay, that's a run-on. The pioneers in the wagon is a sentence fragment because it's missing a verb. Okay, and then too much sugar is bad for your teeth. Okay, that's a complete sentence. Okay, so we'll move on to the test now. This is a review of everything that we've done. So we're going to have it all put together here. All right, so which is a run on sentence? Run on sentence is the one that has two sentences together. So the temperature last night, Palm works in a rice paddy, she plants rice. Okay, so it's gonna be this one. Okay, and then we have sentence fragment. Julie is a patient child, she always waits for her turn. The ruins of an ancient statue in the desert. So now look at this one. The first one is Julie is a patient child. She always waits for her turn. This is a run on because it has two sentences together. So the second one here is a sentence fragment. Now we have a run on. Which one is the run on? I have $4 for you. The money is in the envelope. I have $4 for you. The money is in the envelope. The awful drought and the hot summer. So run on is two sentences together, which is I have $4 for you. The money is in the envelope. Alright, so we have which is a run on here. Collect coins and paper money from foreign country. Engineers design the car it runs on electricity. So it's going to be this one because it's what separated with a comma. All right, so a complete sentence, which is a complete sentence. Many black beetles and some red ants, grains of sand are all different shapes and colors. So it's gonna be the second one because many black beetles and some red ants is a sentence fragment. Now, sentence fragment: five musicians will with big dreams and a lot of talent. My umbrella was in the car. Potter got it for me. This is a run on. So it's gonna be five musicians with big dreams and a lot of talent. Now, a complete sentence. The editor reads the story, she corrects any mistake. This is a run on. Miss Work type a note on the old typewriter. So yeah, this one here is the complete sentence. Okay, which is a sentence fragment here now. During the drought, the land was dry, it did not rain. A book about the brains of humans and chimpanzees. Okay, so let's click on this one for example. So, if ever you are doing the test, okay, let me click on the wrong one. He always says please and thank you. The woman should Okay, let's go with this one. Yeah, when you're having the test and then you click on any of the answers and then you see that it is wrong, all you need to do is scroll down to remind yourself what the run on is, what the sentence fragment is. Just maybe you have forgotten it and you cannot remember anymore. You need to know the complete sentence, the sentence fragment, and the run on. So do not confuse the run on and the sentence fragment. The sentence fragment is a group of words that does not complete express a complete thought. It is usually missing a subject or verb. On the other hand, run on is made up of two sentences that are joined without an end punctuation or with just a comma. So this one here, this is the complete sentence. The woman trims Belle's long black hair. Okay. So after that, you click on got it and then you continue and move on with your test. So which is the complete sentence here? Picked runner to be on his baseball team. My pen pal wrote me bark. Complete sentence. This one. Alright, so which is a complete sentence here now. It's fortunate to have traveled all over the world. The ocean current is strong, so the ocean current. Then a sentence fragment. Battered in the busy market, an apple, a sandwich, and juice will cost $7.80. Now, I'm battered in the busy market. Who was battered in the busy market? No idea. So that is the sentence fragment. Now, sentence fragments. Okay, seven astronauts, four scientists, and two teachers. Elephants are enormous. They can weigh more than 7 tons. So it's gonna be the first one. Now, which is the sentence fragment again? We have the colors black, brown, green, and yellow. Blood vessels carry blood through the body. A vein is a blood vessel. So, a sentence fragment. What's a sentence fragment? Okay, it's going to be the first one. All right, so we have blows her nose into her white handkerchief. Molly's hands are cold. She needs her warm wool mittens. So now blows her nose into her white handkerchief. We do not know who is blowing the nose. It's missing a subject. So this is a sentence fragment. Okay, and then sentence fragment. And then the next one says complete sentence. The watermelon is sweet, it tastes delicious. This is a run-on. My grandmother wrapped a warm wool shawl around her shoulder. So it's gonna be the second. Okay. Then complete sentence. The two carpenters and the four painters, the entire family gathered for Thanksgiving dinner. This is it here. A complete sentence. The population of Michigan and the population of Maine. At the zoo, we will see tigers, bears, lion, and elephants. So at the zoo, because this is just saying the population. So what happens to the population? It's a sentence fragment. And then we have run on. The leaves were all over the yard. Mrs. Jackson raked them up. Okay, so that's the run on here. And lastly, last question that I'll answer with you, which is a complete sentence. Too much sugar is bad for your teeth. We learn about atoms in class. Everything is made of atom. So too much sugar is bad for your teeth. Okay, so that's basically everything. This is a review. You have 9 questions left. So you just need to complete this. And after that, you complete all the lessons that we've done so far. And after completing all, you're gonna sit the final test and go through with the final test. I do hope that you understand our lesson for today. We will end now. Hope to see you soon again. Do have a good night and have a great weekend ahead. Bye everyone.